Hey, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well, and it is time for our weekly track roundup, where I go over what I felt were the worst and the best tracks of the week. You're the best, you're the best, you're the best. Remember, all the songs that I talk about in this video are linked down below, so you can check them out for yourself. And yeah, that's pretty much what the weekly track roundup is. Also down below is our Turntable Lab link. Get a colorful pressing of a vinyl record that we've talked about, reviewed on the channel. We get kickback from it. And also linked down below, our Patreon page. Hit that up, and for a low monthly fee, get access to some bonus Let's Argue episodes, classic album listening party, live streams, and yeah, support the channel, support the show, get some extra content in the process. And let's get into the worst tracks of the week. We have quite a few. Not a million, but quite a few. First off, our buddy Marilyn Manson. You know, somebody whose catalog, the early years of which is near and dear to my heart. A lot of his latest records have been pretty mediocre, in my opinion, ups and downs. And this new track over here is especially not gratifying. It is a cover of the track God's Gonna Cut You Down, which is a traditional folk song. But for whatever reason, his version sounds exactly like the Johnny Cash version that Cash recorded with Rick Rubin, except with like worse vocals and not as good production. Hopefully he's not planning on doing a weird folk album or something like that, or if he does, I hope the rest of the tracks are a lot better than this one, because this one was not good. Katy Perry, Harleys in Hawaii, new track, new single, not all that good, really annoying, tropical, bland pop with boring verses and obnoxious choruses. It's a little sensual, I guess, but that's truly and honestly the only appealing thing I saw on the track. Not digging it at all. And a full track review of this one over on the Fantano channel too, if you are interested. We also have another track from Have a Nice Life, new record on the way. A lot of people hype for this one, especially since Have a Nice Life is considered to be one of the most celebrated internet music projects out there. 2 solid albums so far, but this next one is not shaping up to be all that interesting, in my opinion. Science Beat is the name of this new track over here, and it's just like a really synth-heavy, very washed-out, bland piece of post-punk without much in the way of progression or excitement. And eventually it reaches a point where some very mediocre post-rock guitars start popping in, and it's just one bad transition after another. Not really digging it, sadly. Gucci Mane with new record Woptober 2. This song over here, Bucking the System with Kevin Gates, is easily one of the most understated and boring flows and deliveries that Gucci Mane has put on record in a long time. Not really getting what is so exciting about this track. And g-eazy and Gunna appearing on the same song. And it is as repulsive as one would guess, given that it's a collaboration between g-eazy and Gunna. But let's move on. Also, Beck is back. Beck, Uneventful Days. He's put out a couple of tracks, but Uneventful Days is the one I would like to focus on here, I guess. It's a very boring, underwhelming piece of semi-synth pop with, I don't know, man. Beck is just really in the woods at this point. He just cannot seem to write much of anything that can even bring up just a lick of excitement, and it's sad. Considering he was once a man who wrote some pretty exciting albums, some pretty exciting songs back in the day, with a lot of personality and attitude and humor as well, and humor and wit. And all of that seems to have been totally drained out of the very middling material he's been dropping as of late. So, All right, let's get into the tracks I thought were kind of meh. Not blowing me away, but certainly worth pointing out. One, Vagabon. Indie artist Vagabon has a very dreary little ballad over here that sort of stopped me in my tracks. Every Woman. I wish there was more highs and lows across the recording, but it's still not a bad track, and I like that vocally she's headed in more, I guess, of a distinct direction with her stuff as well. So Vagabon, Every Woman, liking it a little bit. We also have this new song over here from Perfume Genius. Mike coming through with another track that is very washed out, a little poppy, a little dancey. I'm just sort of underwhelmed by this new material because it seems so impersonal. You know, I'm used to Mike's stuff just being so intimate and being so intense emotionally and being so song-centric, and this latest stuff that I'm hearing just seems like it's just an abstraction, and vocally it just seems so distant. I'm just not really all that crazy about it. I mean, certainly it's new ground for the Perfume Genius project, and it's an experiment. It's something new. It's something different. But I'm just not crazy about it so far. Walking on a String, a new collaborative track from Matt Berninger as well as Phoebe Bridgers. Instrumentally, it's nice. Matt's vocals are, I guess if you love The National, you'll love them. They're very, fried and very sleepy. Sounds like you just got up. But Bridger's vocals on the track are great. So I don't know. I guess stick around for those. Moving on. Häagen Dazs, new single from a collaborative, a recently minted hip hop collaborative titled Ghetto Sage, which features Smino, Saba, and No Name. And it's a decent little track. Trap beat is a little generic on the song, honestly, but good flows, good bars. Almost seems like what you would get if these three were paired up in a cypher, just kind of going toe-to-toe. Big moment for Chicago on this one. Chicago stand-up, not mind-blowing, but pretty good, and certainly has me intrigued to see what these three are going to be coming through with in the future. Gangstar, Bad Name, not as heavy-hitting as the J. Cole single that dropped not too long ago. This one seems a little more rough around the edges and more the quality of material that you might expect, considering that Guru is no longer with us, and this material is sort of being put together, I imagine, of, you know, obviously of just like leftover pieces and everything, because this song doesn't really feel too finished, but it's okay. You know, if you're a hardcore Gangstar fan, which obviously any hip hop head, anyone who considers themselves one should be, you know, of at least the classic stuff, you're going to want to hear this. You're going to want to take notice. You're going to want to give this a try. The Free Nationals, Anderson .Paak's band, they are back. Eternal Light, new song, new single. This one with Chronixx. So it's kind of smooth, soulful, funky, with just a hint of reggae mixed in there too. It's very vibey. It's very vibey. Not the best single they put out, but it's cool that they've essentially crossed over with Chronixx here and were able to pull off what they did. DHL, Frank Ocean, brand new single. Thought it was okay. There were aspects of it that I liked. Song is mostly a vibe. Full-length review of this track over on the Fantano channel. Not one of his best songs, not one of his most focused tracks or anything like that. The whole thing just seems like a very vibey homage to being high on pills. And pretty much that's it. The production reminded me a little bit of A$AP Rocky, of Earl Sweatshirt's some rap songs in some respects. But again, tune-wise, not super great. Hoping to hear maybe something a bit more melodic from Frank in the future, I suppose. And Foals, new track, new single, Neptune. It's very long and very, very much okay. The second half of their kind of two-part incoming project is arriving soon, and I don't know. I haven't been super crazy about anything so far from this second record, so I don't know if I'm going to have much to say about it. We'll see. Chris Farren, Born Hot, fun little single over here. Check it out. Hilarious music video. I think there are some elements of the instrumentation that are a little bland, in my opinion. Chris Farren is not as much a favorite of mine as he is to many others, but I do like his personality. I do like his humor. I do like that he comes through with quite a bit of character in his tracks. So Born Hot, Chris Farren. And let's get into the best tracks of this week. The tracks that I thought were the best ones, the ones that really stood out to me, the ones that made me the happiest. Let's go. First off, Black Lips, Odelia. Yes, they are back with a great kind of garage country fusion stomper. It's a bit of a hootenanny. It's a great track. It's great fun. It's great energy. The Black Lips still sound fantastic after all these years. Moving on from there. Next one. We also have Teebs, who has a brand new single out featuring none other than Sudan Archives, who is an up-and-coming artist on the Stones Throw label. I'm digging the beat on this one, digging the vocals, digging these psychedelic, abstract, weird-ass vibes. Kind of looking forward to the new Teebs record, which is something I haven't been able to say I've wanted to do. I've been anticipating, really excited to hear a Teebs album in a long time. Also, Sudan Archives. Speak of the devil. Sudan Archives has a new track out, which I'm just continuing to love her inventive fusion of art pop and hip hop and violin music, and it's just so insane. It's just so all over the place, and yet it is so seamless. I'm digging it. I'm loving it. I'm excited. Also, The Boy, Rex Orange County, another cute little frickin' tune over here, linked down below with every other song that I've been talking about here. Also, the Sudan Archives track that I was talking about is Glorious. The Teebs song that I was talking about is Black Dove. And our friend over here, Rex Orange County, Pluto Projector is the name of this track over here. And it's just a cute little pop soul tune with a good, nice, warm heart. It's cute and fuzzy, just like him. All right, Michael Kiwanuka, Hero is the name of his brand new single, and it is a lovely combination of folk rock and psychedelic rock. It's a bit of a throwback, but feels current. Good lyrics as well. It's a little woke, too, and it's just a cool little urgent ballad that I like quite a bit. Simple, folk rocky tune with some good guitars on it. Also, Mayhem has come through, the legendary black metal band, with the most savage teaser of this new album cycle. The track is Falsified and Hated. The performance is amazing. It is fire. It is brimstone. It is hellish. I'm loving it. All right, moving on from there. Next one. Lightning Bolt. The new Lightning Bolt album is out. I encourage that you check it out. I will be reviewing it, so I'm not going to spoil any of my opinions on that big time right now. Just wait for the review, I suppose. Just know that I love this track, I guess. All right, moving on from there. Kitten. Shout out to Kitten. They have a brand new EP out. This track, Me, is a great little piece of pop rock. There are other sweet songs on the new EP like Memphis, which I thought was pretty good. Other tracks are decent. Give it a try. Give it a shot. Kitten out here doing good things, doing good stuff. All right, Jennifer Vanilla, Erase the Time. Wordy, talkative, funky dance song that is thoughtful and quite fun and a little tongue-in-cheek and freaky, walking on the wild side. Shout out to Jennifer Vanilla. Next one over here, Fever Ray Remix. Glasser doing the remix. It's of the song Falling. She actually comes through with some insane manipulations, especially of the vocal tracks in this remix that I thought were pretty amazing. Give it a try. Give it a shot. It's out there as fuck. Also, shout out to Caroline Polachek, whose new record I'm going to be reviewing very soon, so I'm not going to talk at length about this new track over here, Look at Me Now. Give it a try, give it a shot. It's a beautiful little ballad. And finally, shout out to Beach Slang for this track over here, Bam Rang Rang. It's a little barn burner, badass as hell. A lot of awesome riffs and vocals on this one. It's just a rock tune where everything's up to 11, and it's totally badass. So there you go. There you go. And that has been the weekly track roundup, everyone. Make sure to try out those tracks, the ones that interested you. Link down below in the description. You're the best. Those are my thoughts. Those are my recommendations. Those are my not so much recommendations as far as the tracks that I thought were the worst tracks. And once more, make sure to hit up that Turntable Lab link, that Patreon page as well. And we will see you in the next one. Anthony Fantano, weekly track roundup forever.